So last month, we completed the first ever global playtest of the real-life zombie game. And it actually worked. We had 100 members from the Discord taking part in over 20 different countries, from Australia to the Philippines and even Brazil. Unfortunately, my computer no longer is functional. So yeah, on April Fool's Day, my computer stopped working, haha, and but unfortunately, it was the main one I use for both video editing and game development. Everything's been backed up, so it's just been sent to the shop in order to get fixed. So I figured maybe we could do a quick fire Q&A session instead, because it is way easier to edit something like that from my laptop. So I'm going to be rapidly going through around 101 questions that I've been asked on YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, and Discord. Okay, let's go. What is this? This is an app I'm developing where you run around, pick up loot, and escape from zombies. How long has it been in development? Well, I started working on the game properly around a few months ago. What is the app called? The app is in development, so I've not given it a name. It's currently just called the Zombie Game, not a rapper. When will you reveal the actual name of the game? When it's ready, basically. What are the red dots? The red dots are the zombies. Are the zombies real people? No, they are red dots on a screen. Where can I get the zombie game? It's in development, so you can't. Is it out yet? Not yet. Are you going to release it? Unless something outside of my control prevents me from releasing the game, I'm going to release it. That's the plan. That's the whole point of this series. What would stop you from releasing the game? The biggest blocker would be if the game is simply not allowed to be sold on any of the mobile app stores. Or if the game simply wasn't technically feasible. When are you going to release the game? My current deadline to release the game is at least one day before GTA 6. When does GTA 6 release? Isn't that the question? Officially, it's planned to release on November 19th, 2026, so that means that this game would be coming out November 18th, 2026. If GTA 6 is delayed, will you change the release date of your game? Don't put that evil on me. But no, the deadline is remaining the same, regardless of whether GTA 6 moves to a different date. Could you release the game before then? It's unlikely because there's still a whole lot left to do and not actually that much time left. But if magically everything was completed by tomorrow, then yes, I would release the game early. Will it be available on Android? Yes. Will it be available on iPhone? Yes. Will it be on PC? No. What about releasing it on the Switch? I wouldn't bank on it. Could you make a version of the game for smartwatches? Now this sounds like a really cool idea because you might have seen me running around with the phone on my arm. That's way too bulky. It might have to be something I research post-release. Is it multiplayer? Yes, there is a co-op mode. Is there cross-play? I think so. In all the multiplayer footage we've done, it's been between one person has an iPhone, one person has an Android, and it works. Is the zombie game free to play? Monetization hasn't been finalized, but because it's a mobile game, free to play does seem like the best option. Can you afford for the game to be free to play? No. If the game costs money to run, how do you plan to make it free to play? Other free-to-play games like Path of Exile, Among Us, and many others like that use things like subscriptions, supporter packs, or cosmetic items and pets in order to keep themselves running. So there's definitely room for this game to have something like that to allow it to remain free to play. But that's also why I focus so much on trying to keep costs low. Why not just sell the game at a fixed price instead of free to play? I mean, it's a good question, but I think it's mainly just because it's a mobile game, and mobile games are generally free to play. Does the game work in France? Yes. Does the game work in Brazil? Yes. Does the game work in Australia? Yes. Does the game work in the UK? Yeah. Does the game work in Hawaii? We don't know yet, but it should, because it does work in the Philippines. And I can see where this is going. As long as you have access to the Play Store or the App Store in the country that you're from, in theory, the game should work. I don't see why it wouldn't, but who knows? Like, there could be a reason, but we haven't tested it in enough countries to know. Does the zombie game work worldwide? Well, that's the plan. I should have started here. That's the plan. Do you have any footage of it working in other countries? All right, now hold on. Hold on, listen. Okay, yes, but I definitely need a lot more of it. We didn't get too much footage this time, which makes sense. I didn't specifically request for that much footage. Next playtest, I might make a separate sign-up form for like content creators or people who just really want to film what they're doing. Seeing other people's experiences, like proper POV experiences, would be amazing. Will the game be localized into different languages? I think that's something that would probably happen later rather than straight away, because I likely would need to find and play and pay translators. I wouldn't trust just flipping it in like a translation tool. Where can I get updates about the game? On YouTube, we do monthly updates. Instagram and TikTok is where I post clips. In Discord is where I post weekly written updates about the progress of the game. And Discord is also where we do announcements for the playtest. Why can't you just release the game now? Because some key components like multiplayer still aren't done. And the game infrastructure still needs to be scaled and properly built so that way it can be played by like thousands of people all over the world. So why is it taking so long to develop? A short answer would be because I don't know what I'm doing and I find programming difficult. Plus, working a day job massively reduces the time I actually have to spend on the game. But on a personal level, because I gave myself a deadline of 1 year and we are currently nearing the halfway point, and I've already got the game play tested on a bunch of different countries around the world, I think that's good. Why not just develop the game full time? In this economy, will you get investors or try to crowdfund development? In this economy, not at the moment. Inviting something like investment or like crowdfunding or that kind of stuff basically invites a lot of stress, and that stress would probably be enough to kill the project. I think it would just suck the fun out of it. Can I help test the game? Yes! We've recently just finished playtest and we will do more in future. You can register your interest for playtest when the sign-ups open on the Discord, but there'll be more information about that in later questions in this video. And I need a break. Alright, my arm is tired, so I've placed the laptop over here instead. What's the objective of the game? Right now, the goal of the game is to run around, collect 5 things, and then escape, all while avoiding zombies. Can you walk instead? Yes, the speed of the zombies can be toggled. How fast can the zombies go? Right now, the maximum speed is 5, and no, I don't know what the units of measurement are. What other parts of the gameplay can be customized? Well, there's the maximum number of zombies, the density of collectibles, the time limit, and there's a lot more that I want to add as well. I want the game to be incredibly customizable. Could you make it so that zombies travel at varying different speeds as opposed to the same speed? Yes, I think that's a brilliant idea, and it's currently in the works. Could you add an audio warning for when zombies are nearby? Yes, I think having much more audio cues and alerts would really help the immersiveness of the game. Do zombies navigate around buildings? Zombies do have the ability to navigate around buildings. They can still travel through them though, but they just prefer not to. Can you hide in buildings? No, in order to keep the pressure on, I've made it so that no matter where you are, zombies will always be able to get to you. You need to keep moving and you need to escape. Why can zombies swim? Because I haven't downloaded all the water in the world, so they don't realize they can actually navigate around it. That will change in future, however. Similar to buildings, if you choose to hang out on an island in a lake, they're putting their swimming trunks on and they are coming for you, okay? Will there be different types of zombies? Because of the art style, it's a solid maybe. Could there be special zombies like Mr. X? I mean, I suppose you could maybe have a special zombie be like purple and just be bigger, and that kind of works. Why do zombies sometimes pass through you? Basically, location data is very wibbly wobbly. I actually do want to change how maybe damage works, where instead of it being like, you know, they touch you and you take damage, it's more if you remain in their vicinity for a time, that's when you take damage. Could zombies have a detection radius? Maybe running is louder than walking. Having some docile zombies that you have to sneak past, that does slightly change the dynamic, but maybe that might have to be an additional mode. What if zombies had a visible sight cone? With the tools that I am using, I don't know if that's possible. Can you increase how fast zombies spawn? Not yet, but that feature is being added. Isn't a game like this a tiny bit dangerous? Yes, that was one of my main concerns as well when I decided to try and make this game real. But thankfully, games like this already exist, such as Pokemon Go, and they also have safety features that allow the game to be more safe while playing it outside. In our game, I've added something like a pause button, which allows you to basically pause at any time, and I'm adding in warnings as well as improving audio cues so that way you don't have to look at the phone the entire time you're playing. Can't you cheat if you use the pause button? Probably. It's like if someone cheats at Among Us. It's like, Are there speed limits in the game? Not yet, but that safety feature is being added. Will you add a way to keep track of your runs? We do currently have a route summary at the end, so you can see the journey you took, but I want to improve it to include things like distance, maybe when you got hit, when you picked up an item, things like that. Will there be a way to share my runs? If there's enough interest post-release, then maybe that's something that can be added in. Will there be a way to watch replays of my run? It's an interesting technical challenge, and it could be fun to do just for fun. Will there be other game modes? Yes, I've already tested a mode where you just run and there are zombies behind you, nothing to collect, so it's kind of like a treadmill. What do I think about an endless mode? When I think about this game, I kind of think about like extraction games. It's like you're going into a place, you have a set amount of time, and then you need to leave or it's over. Endless mode slightly changes it, because then the tension, I don't know, like it's something we might have to come back to or play around with in future. What do you think about a peaceful mode? So I assume this is maybe a type of mode where there are no zombies. I mean, yeah, why not? Like I don't know. Do you think you'll add a competitive mode where one side are zombies? Probably not in the initial release. So to include something like that would likely increase the scope and make it so we have a higher chance of not hitting the deadline. And so I'd have to do a lot more extensive testing to even see if it's possible to have a real world game that you can play competitively without endangering both yourself and other people around you. Open to ideas. What happens if you die in multiplayer? Right now, you become a spectator. Or spectre, I guess, because you're dead. If I die in multiplayer, can I turn into a zombie? Now, that is a pretty hilarious idea, and I think it's very fun. The only problem is that because it's technically making a cooperative mode into a competitive mode, it hits the same problems we have with trying to introduce a competitive mode into the initial release of the game. Will there be any progression systems in the game? I think it'd be fun to have different unlocks and things that you get as you level up. Thoughts on bike mode? I have technically already experimented with playing phone games on your bike, and my biggest takeaway from those videos is that it's incredibly dangerous. So for now, it's not something I'm looking into. Thoughts on a car mode? Literally illegal. Absolutely not. Never. What do you think about adding VR or AR to the game? Maybe they somehow show up when you're wearing like glasses or something. Now, I've actually tried AR or VR before. I don't think it's possible for me to achieve. Maybe someone else can in future, but for me personally, I don't think I can add VR or AR into this game. Could you add weapons into the game? I don't know. I think for weapons to work, they need to act in a way that does not slow down your momentum. And I'm genuinely interested in hearing thoughts about how that could be accomplished. What do you think about adding companions to the game? That's a really cute idea. I think that'd be really cute. It could be like a fun cosmetic option. Maybe you have a pet. I think Among Us has pets. I keep bringing up Among Us in this video. What if you could add equipment? That could be interesting. Like, you know, you could like pick up health packs, pick up armor on the way, or just like, what does the loot do? Good question. I don't know. Right now, the loot does nothing. It does nothing at the moment, but I think it would be cool if it was linked to your progression. Like, again, maybe there's equipment in the loot. Will there be character customization? Yes. I mean, there's not much to customize, but I think, you know, changing the different colors of, like, you know, your pointer. Why does loot spawn in water? It really shouldn't. Could you add an arrow so you can see which way you're going on the map? Yes, that's currently just been added in. I think the animation on it needs to be a bit smoother, but yeah, that's in and it's gonna be staying the entire time. Does the game work offline? Apparently it can, and I did not realize that. During the playtest, a few people were able to play the game offline. It requires you, I think, to be online first to download the map of your area, and that was accidental, but it would be interesting if I could make it on purpose. Is there a dark mode? Kind of. How will pausing work in multiplayer? Well, that's the million-dollar question right now. There have been quite a few cool ideas suggested in the Discord and in the comment sections, and so we will have an answer to that hopefully by next month. Can you play multiplayer with someone in another country? Currently, no. The game is designed around you playing locally with another player. What does the chat tab do? That's a secret. Not even I know. And anyway, that's enough of the gameplay question. Oh man, I'm feeling tired. Like, I don't know if my answers are getting longer or worse. Am I looking more tired? When is the next playtest? Well, since my computer just died, I'm not sure. I'd love for it to be early or mid-May, but I want this next playtest to include multiplayer, so until that's in a stable state, I can't announce the next date. Not a rapper. How do I join the playtest? Head to Discord and you can register your interest once signups open. When do signups open? A couple of weeks before a playtest. Why is the playtest restricted to 18+? So you need to be able to legally consent that you understand the risks of playtesting the game. In order to do this, you need to be considered an adult by law, which in most countries is 18+. In addition, we found out that Google itself restricts the use of unverified and unrated apps to accounts that have already been verified to be 18+. How can I be notified for when signups open? I usually just at everyone in Discord when really important stuff happens. How long are playtests? The last playtest was around 3 to 4 days. The next playtest is also going to be around 3 to 4 days. Why aren't playtests longer? Because right now, playtests are more about testing the infrastructure than they are about testing the gameplay. How did the first playtest go? Honestly, better than I was anticipating. And most of the problems weren't actually with the game itself. The game seemed to run. Like, the fact that it worked in so many different countries is pretty cool. We can move forward a lot more confidently than we could before. How many people are going to be in the next playtest? Honestly, I'm aiming for a maximum of 1,000 this time as opposed to a maximum of 100. What was one of the most surprising things about the first playtest? Probably the fact that it worked. What was the most interesting thing you learned from the playtest? In rural or suburban areas, there are way more front or back gardens than in cities. So loot has a higher chance of spawning in these unreachable areas. And here's an amazing example that we're about to see. If we zoom out, we can see that the escapes, these two escapes over here, have spawned in completely invalid areas. Like, these are obviously backyards. Some members of the Discord suggested a way to fix this might be to have loot spawn on roads and have that be more of like a toggle, and I think that could work. And yeah, I think that's all for the playtest questions. Oh, okay. Are you developing the game on your own? Yes, currently I am technically a solo developer, though I do have some friends who's helped me film the multiplayer sections because I am not two people. Do you think you'd hire other people to work with? Not yet. That time will likely come because I can't draw. Is developing the game fun? Yes, developing is both fun and quite frustrating. Actually, here's an example. Putting that triangle onto the player avatar took like 2 or 3 days. And even this one that I've tried doesn't work in 3D mode. That's when it can get really frustrating. But, you know, when you see the fruits of your labor, people walking around playing the game and being all like, this is amazing, that is awesome. Like, it's such a... Have you ever made a game before? Well, back when I was a teenager, young adult, that kind of thing, I did make 2 very small games, and only I played them. Do you have any professional experience with game development? No. What made you want to make the zombie game? Honestly, out of all the prototypes I built during my first year on YouTube, the zombie prototype is the one that people seem to enjoy the most. It's the one that is the least dangerous to create. And so all of that put together just made me think like, hey, you know what? If I wanna try and make something real, put something out there for real, like, I think that this is a pretty fun one. Are you using a game engine? No, I'm using game engine techniques though. Is there a way to support you financially? Not at the moment, no. Because I'm still treating this as my hobby, I like having the freedom to quit at any time because no one is paying me. But once the game is out, and it will be coming out assuming the Apple and Google review processes go well. Once the game is out, if you enjoy it, if you want to support it, buy a cosmetic pack. Tell your friends, make some videos about it, post about it online, that kind of stuff. That'll be the best way to support me financially once the game is out. But until then, I just hope you guys enjoy the ride. I hope you guys are enjoying the upgrades, the updates. I hope you guys are enjoying the progress. I hope you guys are enjoying the playtest if you got in. Yeah, this has been a pretty wild journey, and I'm sorry if my eyes are feeling like they're not like wide awake right now. I have been talking for an incredibly long time. Okay. Whew. We did it! And with that, we've reached the end of my laptop-based video. And, you know, I've actually still missed hundreds of other questions. And so if there's any questions that you do desperately want answered, please ask them in the comments. I usually hang around for a day or so. But yeah, it's been a pretty wild 5 months. So thanks again for the six months. So thanks again for those guys, for all you peeps watching, supporting, all that kind of stuff. Like, you know, we've literally done a worldwide playtest of single player, and coming up in mid-May, hopefully, is going to be the worldwide playtest of multiplayer with 900 more people all trying the game at the same time. Which, hey, if you sign up now, could be you, never know. And if you're in Hawaii and have a camera and are fine with recording yourself and can also send me the footage, you might get selected immediately. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. Well, when sign-ups open, of course. But yes, until next time. So tired. I'm sorry, I'm actually really tired. And until next time, subscribe if you'd like to see more, like the video if you enjoyed it. I've been me, you've been you. Have a BEA beautiful day, and I will see you in the next one. Oh, nice. And there we go, our safe haven. Nice. That's very thematic. But yeah, there we go. We've escaped.